Welcome to Same Spit, Different Face TV. Well, my opinions is facts, and if you don't like my opinions, you can start your own podcast. And it's free. So don't forget to spit on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification. Now, Spit Squad, here are the guidelines to Young Thug's plea agreement. 1. He's banned from Metro Atlanta. 2. Has to do 4 presentations/concerts a year against gun violence. 3. Can travel to work to make music. 4. No contact with known gang members or co-defendants with the exception of his brother and Gunna. Now, obviously, it's his brother. He gonna want to talk to him. Maybe he want to sort some things out. Maybe he want to get to the bottom of some things. And they may still be in business together. If I'm Young Thug, I'm not in business with nobody who's not a label head or who's not in a suit. He can talk to Gunna. Obviously, Gunna is still on his label. Now, him and Gunna could need to communicate so Young Thug can have Gunna buy his contract out. If I'm Thug, I don't want to be around Gunna at all. 5, cannot promote gangs in any way. That means it's gonna be interesting because will he be able to say slat on his thing? Will he be able to say slime? Will he be able to say YSL? Like what will and won't he be able to say? But I have no doubt that he'll still make great music. 6, judge lets him keep his passport. So in my personal opinion, it feels like this is a conviction, but it may not be a felony if he still has his passport, because you need your passport to travel the world. And so she basically gave him 5 years time served. He'll be able to go around and do what he need to do. Now with he'll have to report to his probation officer for the first 7.5 years. And then after that, he won't have to report anymore. She's going to keep him off of drugs. And I don't think this was justice. I'm just going to be honest. But at the end of the day, man, every man has to be responsible for their decisions. And his decision was to be able to come home to his kids and get back to life. But I feel like if he would have waited 3 more months, he would have got a not guilty plea. But it was so much confusing stuff that happened inside of the case that it was hard to follow, that you could have gotten a jury that would have remembered something that the judge said don't remember, and they would have found him guilty based on that. And instead of walking home today, 15 years probation, 20 years backloaded. And backloaded basically means if he gets in any trouble during his 15-year probation, he'll have to do that time. And it looks like he'll have to do that 15 years plus 20 years. So obviously that'll be 35 years he'll have to do if he gets in trouble. Now, the thing about this is that he won't be in the metro area, but he'll still kind of be under Fonnie Willis' jurisdiction. So he got to walk light in what he do, because Fonnie Willis won't jail time. And the one thing I like that the judge did, even though the judge should have gave a mistrial with prejudice, the one thing that I like that the judge did do, she did allow him to get out right out of jail, because basically the prosecutors was willing to, let him walk today and give him, I think it was like 20 something years probation. But they ended up, because he wouldn't admit to things that he said he didn't factually do, they basically came to court and said, yo, judge, since he won't agree to this plea deal, let us give him 20 years. And the judge is like, no, he can't be a threat to society. You guys were about to let him walk out today. So, man, I'm happy and sad for Young Thug, but hopefully he able to learn from this situation, and he's able to move forward with his life and do better and continue to be the great artist that he was, man. What's so crazy, I'm going to tell y'all a Young Thug story, right? Before Young Thug got arrested, all I kept posting on my personal Twitter at Fairplay _2333, I just kept saying how great of an artist he was. And I kept saying, man, Young Thug slid. Like, 2 of my favorite Young Thug verses ever is We Ball, with, obviously, we know that's with Meek Mill. Best verse on that. And then when we got Goodbye with Post Malone, the best verse on that, but also his voice is just so fit into the melodic melody of the beat, man. But Thug is free. He got a chance to leave jail last night. That's great. Hopefully it's some type of appeal process where they can go through this and they can present all the wrong and the stuff that the DA did. And even if they can't overturn him accepting his plea deal, maybe it's a possibility that they'll be able to put Miss Love in the blender and get her up out of there. And funny, to be honest. Check out my original Chicago hood movie in the end screen, No Time to Play Fair.